Hi everyone, I wanted to make a video about the lesser known qualities of the zodiac signs. I find it really interesting that the internet has so much information about astrology, but some of it can be really unrelatable to some people. And it's partially due to the fact that we all have birth charts and our placements really matter. We're not just our sun sign, we're also our moon sign and our rising sign and our Venus and Mercury sign. So I wanted to talk about the things that I've noticed and observed in different signs and people that I haven't really seen written a lot about online. So I'm gonna start with child of the zodiac, Aries. Aries is known for being very headfirst, pioneering, in your face kind of energy, like competitive. But from what I've observed, Aries can actually be really intuitive. Like I've met a couple Aries in my life the past year, and they have been some of the most intuitively connected people I've known. Like they were really good at reading people. They're really good at gut feelings, and they're really good at kind of like observing what people are about, which is interesting. Like they can really kind of take the back seat sometimes and just let things roll out in front of them and observe. And I feel like it has to do with the fact that they need to protect that like first house child presence, and I feel like they kind of like sit there to try and decipher people so that they can see what they're about, so that they can protect themselves. It's almost like a defense mechanism, but they're really good at it. Number two is Taurus. Taurus is actually really big on getting people together and social gatherings and just like having fun. Like, which is not surprising based on the fact that they're ruled by Venus, which is, kind of the planet of love and relationships. But they're really good specifically at throwing parties. Some of the best parties that I've been to in my life have been consistently hosted by Taurus, and they were really fun. The music was always bumping, like people were great, like everybody was socializing. You know how parties can be really lame. Those parties specifically, I never saw anybody on their phones. Everybody was socializing, everybody was having fun. And I just remember those people. I was like, damn, these people really know how to throw it down. And they're seen as this like lazy, kind of like laid back, maybe, steadfast and hardworking placement, but they're actually really big party people, surprisingly. Gemini. So Gemini is seen as this like free-spirited intellectual presence that works with people and tries to build connections and is very big on chatting. And Mercury rules the mind, so it rules the Gemini mouth, and they just talk and talk and talk. Like I've never met a Gemini in my life that has been quiet. And one thing I did notice about them that I feel like not a lot about it is online, or maybe talked about in like the astrology spheres that I've been a part of, is that Gemini is actually like really giving. Like they are very selfless and they can be very considering of other people's needs, which is interesting because you think like air signs, have this rap for being selfish and not very emotional, but Gemini is actually pretty emotional. I would say it's the most emotional out of all air signs that I've met, because they are this like mutable, flexible quality that can really change quickly, and they're very good at kind of tapping in and like giving to somebody if they need it, surprisingly. Next we have Cancer. So Cancer, they low-key love to splurge. They're lavish as hell. Like if you listen to Kali Uchis or like Ariana Grande, like they're both Cancer sons, and they talk about money. They do talk about money. Low-key Cancer, when they try to create a home, part of it is probably trying to have money so that they can have luxury and that they can have a security. And I feel like that's why can be they can chase money like that. And I've really seen that play out in multiple people in my life as well. Like they love that security. They love just having that something to fall back on. And I feel like it probably has to do with the fact that they just want to have a home. Then let's see, we have Leo. So low-key Leos are kind of softies. Like they have this image of being like super outgoing and front and center, middle of the stage, front leader, front singer, front dancer. But like if you hurt their feelings, they are so soft and sensitive about it They're like little kittens inside, and it's really cute and really adorable. Okay, so Virgo is our next sign, and when I think of Virgo, I think about like this girl in the forest that's tending to the plants. She has like long, long hair, and she's feeding deer. Like I think about this just like feminine energy, right? Because Virgos are like very good at taking care of things. They're very concerned with health and the well-being of others, and they're very good at also organizing how they're going to go about these aspects of themselves. But I also found Virgo to surprisingly, even though they're earth sign, I feel like they're very good at adapting to other people. Like when it comes to social interaction, they're really good at kind of like reflecting somebody's energy and like bouncing it back and forth in a way that feels uplifting to people involved in the interaction. Next, we have Libra. I'm sorry, Libra, I don't really know that much about you guys. All I can say is that from what I've seen, you guys really like physical connection. I don't really want to say much else. I have some Libras close to me in my life, and I don't want to upset you guys, so I'm not going to say much else because I haven't really noticed anything particular. I don't really know enough about you. Scorpio. So Scorpio is like this, hard shell, very serious, can be kind of dark. I guess people like to say that. Very manipulative. People love to use that word for Scorpio, but like I have a Scorpio in my life, and she is such a softie. Like just like Leos, they are deemed, they are seen as this like entity that's like just heavy and I guess like front and center, but like low key inside, they are so soft and they just want to be loved. And if you have a Scorpio in your life, know that they will do anything for you. Just hold them and hug them and let them cry and tell them everything's okay and that they're validated, because they feel so much. That's all they want. It's truly all they want, because they get stuck in their heads being weighed down by that like Pluto transformative energy. In addition to all their sensitivity, it's not like Cancer or Pisces where we have more of a lighter planet influence. Pluto can be quite heavy energy and it can be quite obsessive. So when it comes to the Scorpio feelings, just hug them. Just tell them everything's okay, truly. Next, we have Sag. Sorry, Sag, I don't really know much about you, so I'm gonna skip you. Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. So Capricorns are looked as this like sober, serious, mature energy. Can be quite depressed, I guess, sometimes, is what they say about Saturn. I've noticed that Capricorn actually is really good at being Energizer Bunny. They're really good at lifting other people up. They're really good at just presenting somebody in the positive light. Like, and I think it is because of that Saturn influence. Like, they probably feel somewhat incompetent in some way. So I feel like the way that they go about dealing with that is they project goodness onto other people so that they don't have to feel like bogged down by the same feelings that they do. And it's interesting because it can be very like uplifting and like fun, like Energizer Bunny kind of energy. Next, we have Aquarius, the sign of intellectual stimulation, the sign of innovation, the sign of, the current age that we're going through, living in right now. Aquarius, when they are comfortable with themselves, they really, really just want to shed who they are. They really just want to let themselves go. They don't want to even exist. Like when they are interested in something or passionate about something or someone, cause, person, activity, they really just want to not exist. And it sounds weird to say it, but like in a way that they just want to shed their ego. Like they just want to completely devote themselves. That's a good word. Aquarius just wants to devote itself to something, which is so contradictory to what you hear online. Like a lot of people are like, "Ooh, Aquarius is so detached," like, but they really just kind of want to let themselves go, and they just want to exist for something else, whether it's a social cause, if you want to take like the basic Aquarian quality, or maybe they want to dedicate themselves to a person. I've seen that Aquarius can be very, very selfless in that way. Last but not least, we have Pisces. So as a sign that is talked about in a way that's like it's very emotional and like, very sensitive and spiritual and psychic, I think Pisces is really good at letting go. Also, I'm a Pisces, it's me. I'm the problem. Um, Pisces can be just really good at detaching, just instantly when they feel like something or someone isn't good for them. We can be really good at letting go really quickly. And I think it is because we have that strong connection to the divine. We're like, we know everything's going to be okay no matter what. And whatever this thing or activity or person was, like, we can just let it be, let it go, and not think about it or even be with it ever again. Like, it can be a bad thing as well. We're escaping a situation by detaching, it's not good, but like, we're really, really good at that, even though we're seen as this like sensitive, super needy energy. Okay, that's it, guys. This was my this was my analysis of the signs. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it. Comment your sign. Tell me what your sun, moon, and rising is. I'm a sun Pisces, Aquarius moon, and Aries rising, and I really, really love astrology. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you found it comforting, or maybe you find it entertaining, and I hope to make more of these soon. Peace out.